Hello clickers, it's me again, Maria Sandorova from Infinity Development Team. Welcome to Technical Tuesday. I'm really glad you decided to watch this video because I will go through different type of fields within Forms object. On my screen you can see a Qlik demo application focused on insurance claims, and here is the Forms object that contains different claim IDs marked as suspicious, obviously by using forms on a different sheet within this application. And me, as a responsible person, should now go through this list and decide whether the specific claim ID should be ignored or should be solved, how important it is, who is the responsible person, deadline of the next task, and so on. Thanks to this use case, it's a really nice way how to show you different type of fields within Forms general. But what you can see here, it's not all of it. The main field type is obviously a pure text, like here in action. I can write a text within this field and save it. But let's see how it looks in edit mode. Here in property panel, you can see a section form configuration. That's the only place where you can define the whole structure of the forms object you want to use on this sheet. The field action I mentioned is here. Type of the field can be chosen by this drop-down menu. There are some common parameters for all field types, like column name and label. Let's explain what's the difference between these two parameters. Column name is the name that's going to be used in a data storage, and label is what user will see in the forms object. When I change a label, it's changed here, but the value will still be stored in a column named action. There is also a parameter column width, and thanks to it you can manage the width. Since the width can be also a result of expression, it can be managed by using variables. Hide count possibility hides the column. Edit mode is the parameter that says whether the value within the field should be editable or not. In this case, I'm using a parameter solved that is edited here and loaded back to a data model for managing whether the value in this action field should be editable or not. When we have a field type text, there is a possibility to manage text alignment, left, center, right, however your users want. Since I don't have a number field here, I will create a new one. Number. I will choose a type number, and you can see that all other parameters are the same as for text field. But when you want to add your data into this field, only numbers can be entered. The next type of field is a checkbox that's already here as a solved, with the same parameters as previous field types. Visually, it's really a checkbox. You can click on it, and there are two possible values that can be stored in a data storage. The value that is stored is 0 or 1. Date is a next field type that was used for deadline in this case, also with the same parameters. I don't have any stars here, so let's create it. Okay, it's going to be a new field. And I will simply change field types within it. When I choose stars, there really are stars, clickable stars. It's really good for use cases when you want to input some kind of rankings, ratings, importance, also for feedback, for example, within your company or from external data sources. And it really is used very often. What's a new parameter for this field type is a number of stars. So you can also manage the range that can be stored. When I give this claim ID 2 stars, and I will save it, the new field will have a value 2 in a data source. Thanks to it, you can very simply use this data as a new data source for your Qlik Sense application and load them back to a Qlik Sense to further analysis. The next type is very interesting, and that's a range. And it can be used for use cases where you want to save information about some progress on or level of your skills. Values of range are between 0 and 100. The length of a step is managed by this parameter here. So I can change it to, let's say, 25. And there will be 5 possible states of this range field. If I want to have less, I can change it to a bigger step. 0, 50, 100. Okay. Oh, I had here this new field. And the next type of field is CHECKBOX. To be honest, it really is inspired by a well-known spreadsheet tool. And we have used it in this demo for responsible person. The specific parameter for CHECKBOX is obviously different options you can choose from this drop-down menu. You can define them simply as a separated values. However, as it is within almost all forms configuration, it can be also calculated as a result of expression. You can also use the values in a specific field you already have in data model. If you are interested in this topic, there is also one of my previous videos that's only about possibilities of CHECKBOX. The reason why there is a read-only field type is that you can have some values already in your data source, for example, in a database where the forms is connected, and you don't want to let end users to change these values, but they can be important for them to understand the context. New field type we added in the last release, Forms 6.0, is currency. In currency field, you can define your own currency sign position, thousands, decimal separator, and also number of decimal places. It's manageable only by you. And how it works, when I click into a field, I can simply insert any number, and when I click anywhere, it's going to be shown in the format I specified within the parameters. One small tip for you, this field can be used not only for currency or money values, you can use it also as a number field with different separators. I can use a space as the currency sign, and now I have customized number field. In this field, you can also use these shortcuts for millions, K for thousands, and make your work much easier. In the data source, these values are stored as a number. The last field type we also added in the latest release of Forms is traffic light. I see its added value in your workflows, or also for storing decision if some specific action should be stopped, or if it's okay to do it, or if there is something that should be checked before it's done. As you could see, in the background, it's also stored as a value. So all this data you add to your Qlik Sense application thanks to Forms are stored in usable formats, so you can load them back to a data model, you can load them different Qlik Sense application and use them for your further analysis. Or for example, triggering email notifications. If you would like to see here any different field type, feel free to let me know. Thank you for watching and enjoy Forms.